thanks to followers of Jonna. Hey,
Yeah.
everybody, it's Lee and Rick talking about lead generation today. Every day we get off of our clubhouse sessions where we've been like brainstorming with realtors and top coaches and trying to bring you some actionable intel, either as a home seller or buyer, how you can improve your situation in the market, or as a real estate agent, how you can improve your business. I'm going to mute all my background noise. Lee, welcome.
Good morning.
Got to figure out how to do all that. Too many tools laying around, right?
That's
So
right.
we were last talking about prospecting and lead generation. Let's pick up where we were just where we stopped, because you were talking about how in your proactive, trying to find a listing, lead generation, mental mentality. You're making like 200 prospecting calls. If you're getting sworn at by somebody, you're really doing the work. And usually the days where you have the most resistance end up being your most profitable months. And we were talking about the mindset that it takes and the technology that it takes. Let me just kind of jumpstart you there.
Yeah. So, one's kind of misconception I see, especially from newer agents, is that they think that they're going to be able to efficiently prospect outbound and not have any tools to do so. And so they have this idea that they're going to like log on to their MLS and pull all the expired data, or they're going to, get it from their title company or what have you. I don't know that there's anything wrong with that. I just know that it's a really inefficient way of trying to outbound prospect. And I've been talking to a lot of newer agents lately about this. And, so, there's kind of two parts to it. There's the mindset and, the actions. The mindset, you touched on it. I mean, you just have to really work on your mindset daily. And then as far as the actions go, I mean, having a data provider is critical. Most folks that I know who are doing this at a high level are also using a dialer of some kind, or they have like a phone technology that they're using, and then having a CRM. So once you prospect for a few hours and you generate all of these possible leads, you need somewhere to organize them and put them. Otherwise, you're going to have a really hard time following up. And as the saying goes, the fortune's in the follow up.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And as they also say, the best CRM is the one you use. So
Exactly.
it doesn't have to be expensive. It can be Lion
Right.
Desk at $25 a month.
It can be an Excel spreadsheet, or people even use folders in Mojo or in Vulcan 7. I mean, if you're just getting started, you don't necessarily need to buy an expensive CRM that has all the bells and whistles.
No. And one of the things that's nice is that over at EXP, KV Core is provided for free, right?
Which is like one of the best.
As an independent broker, when I was an independent broker, it was like $500 or $600 a month to get that technology, and it's just free, which is awesome.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. But people also get so hung up on like what data provider they're using, what dialer they're using, what CRM they're using. I mean, that in my coach's advice is called creative avoidance. That's creative avoidance. You are avoiding making the calls. You are avoiding taking the actions. Take the actions. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about what may happen. And as Tim Harris, our leader, would say, don't like stop getting ready to get ready. Take the action. Do what you don't want to be doing when you don't I want to be doing it at the highest level.
It's awesome that you've internalized that now, because I hear Tim say that often enough that I do that too. It's like, do what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it at the highest possible level. And that includes being of service to others. That includes prospecting. That includes reaching out. That includes, whatever you're doing. It can include taking out the garbage. Like, do it at the highest possible level, right?
Exactly. Yep. And I mean, you'll find, like, if you do commit to outbound, prospecting, like on the telephone, I mean, it's just like any other lead, like any other strategy. You're going to encounter the most resistance when you start. But, if you do it for like a couple of weeks, then a month, then 2 months, you're going to find that you're going to create this, all this momentum. And then, as the saying, as it goes, the harder you work, the luckier you get. You're going to begin, generating high quality leads, and then some of them will begin to turn over. I've been working with a guy out of Myrtle Beach, named Abe Safa, and he's an amazing guy, and closes like 150 deals a year as a listing agent. And that's what he teaches us and shows us, that consistent prospecting is just paramount, and then follow up.
And consistently doing the right thing, right? I mean, you can consistently do the wrong thing.
Right. Yep. Yep.
The people say practice makes perfect, and it doesn't. Practice makes permanent. And
Yep.
you could, if you've never been in real estate and you're not getting coaching on what to say, you can make permanent some really bad habits.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, it's key to get, I mean, it's important to work on your scripts, on your skills. Yes, that's important. That is not more important than taking the action, though. There's nothing more important. I mean, I can remember the first expired listing I took. I was terrible on the phone. I was horrendous. I was so bad. I like botched the call completely. I went and viewed the property, kind of got a rapport with the owner. That owner ended up coming to my office, signing, all the listing documents in my office, which shows commitment clearly. But I botched the whole thing, and I mean, it was not my my best effort for sure. But I still took a listing and sold it. Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Do it anyway.
Well, and I watch all these firms that get their new agents together for like script practice. That's an hour you could have been prospecting.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
The best script practice is calling someone and saying, "Hey, do you want to sell your house?" Right?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
I don't care how nice Susie is in the office, or if you're talking to Jamal and he's giving you some flack and pretending to have objections,
right.
Just do it.
Right. Learn by doing, and practice your scripts and your marketing techniques or whatever it is in your off time. But prospecting time is prospecting time. You have to time block daily and just put it in there that you're going to do that every day, and you will reap the rewards. I mean, you will. There is no question. It's almost like clockwork, to be honest.
Yeah, and then it's also you can become the sum of the 5 people you hang around, right?
Right.
And so you and I have been blessed to be introduced to this great group of coaches and top producers where what we hear on a daily basis from Colette and from Tim and Eric and Orlando and Kevin and all these other people, Brittany and Junkie, like all these people are feeding into us all the time, like this great information that we're now able to share out on YouTube, on Facebook, on iTunes, and all this other stuff, right? And I'm about to teach an agent attraction class, for example. How do you talk to someone about EXP? I don't know any of that. That's not my language, right? I've internalized it, but it's just by being around others, by constantly being in that environment, by listening, by absorbing, by then like parroting, right?
Right.
And the more you parrot, the more it becomes your own, and the more that it's your own, the more confidence you have in saying it. And the same thing goes for sale by owners. The same thing goes for prospecting expireds. You've parroted somebody else, right? You've had a number of different coaches, some great ones that do tremendous work, but you actually listened. You actually took action. Right. You did the repetition of the parroting until it became your own. And I bet there's not an objection I could throw at you right now that you can't handle just like that, right?
Right. I mean, that's the thing is people think that what is lacking is knowledge. What is lacking is not knowledge. What is lacking is motivation. I mean, that's just the reality. I give people my tactics and strategies and all the time. And some of them use them and go out and crush it. And some of them just don't do the work. They don't take the action. So, so yeah, I mean, but what you said though, it's so important who you have around you. Put yourself, put people around you who are doing it at a high level. That is critical. That's so important. And our group, I mean, Libertas is probably the best example that I can think of doing that, because I'm surrounded by these people who want to see me succeed, who are doing it at a high level, who are trying to get better every day. I mean, that's crucial.
I'm sorry, I had to mute my mic here because my environment got a little loud. All right, and we're gonna have to cut this one short a little bit today because we had our clubhouse was just really popular today. Had some good interaction on there. Loved talking to Kelsey and Yolima. We're gonna be on there every morning at 7:15 Pacific. We'd love to see more of you on there consistently. Then we pop on here and we summarize what we've learned. We bring some new stuff every single day. To Lee's channel, to my channel on Top Cloud Agents. You can always reach us at the numbers below. Usually these sessions are about 15 minutes, so we can just hit it and quit it and get on with our day. Nobody has the time to spend an hour listening to anything anymore. But because I'm about to hold a 1 hour class, I'm going to hop off of here.
Cool, man. I'll see you
then,
Monday.
What?
I will. I'll see you Monday morning. We'll do it again.
All right. Sounds good, Lee. Have a great weekend.
All right. You too.
Bye-bye.